Hello friends, I'm back with one more video which will help you in your regular daily life. Today I'm just trying to talk about boss and how your relationship with the boss varies or depends based on numerology of both yourself as well as a boss. How boss will be behaving based on his numerology, we can find out that will help you to correct your relationship with your boss. Most of us who work in the corporate world or any organization, or most of us who are employees, we always have a boss. Boss would be good or bad, it all depends. So if your boss is good, then you're lucky, but if your boss is bad, in the sense you don't have a very cordial relationship with the boss, numerology can tell you what you can expect from your boss, so that you can make changes in yourself or correct yourself to have a very cordial relationship with your boss. So today I'm just talking about, numerology wise, how individual will be behaving when he is in a leadership position. Hope this video will help you. Thank you. People with a date of birth being 1, 10, 19, and 28, whose number becomes 1, if they are a boss, I name them as a bossy boss, uh, because they are a bossy. With the number 1, number 1 is ruled by sun, so they know they are the best, they are the best, and there is no second thought about it, that there is nobody better than them. With the same thing, with so much of power and energy in them, they also get a lot of ego in them. So most of the time the number 1 boss would be very egoistic. You don't confront with him unless you are sure about what you're talking. Number 1 bosses will have a huge ego, so they will never ever like, their egos to be hurt. So never get into a place where you are hurting your boss's ego. That will put you in his bad books and you will be repenting for it forever, at least till you are with him. So they are very authoritative and then very boastful. You need to be handling in a very smarter way. Don't give them any opportunity where they will see you as, like, least productive. Don't get into anywhere where you confront with them for anything. So all that you need to do is whatever they have been asking, do an enough research, learn about it, understand about it, and work on accordingly. So if your boss is pleased with you and then you are already in his good books, you are done your life, you are good with that. But if any, for some reason, if you are not in his good book, then you will be in a trouble. If you want to talk to him and you want to confront with him for something, one thing for sure is, like, you need to do an enough research and you should be very clear what you're talking. That is the only way you can confront with the number 1 bosses and win over them. And unless there is a reason, please don't, go and confront with them. You'll be in trouble in that organization. People who are born on 2nd, 11th, 20th, and 29th fall into number 2. I call them don't mess with me boss. These are the guys who are mainly ruled by a moon planet. Moon planet is a moody, so people, number 2 people also will be very moody. Don't ever give a chance to have a bad impression about you to your bosses, because once they make a bad impression about you, then it will never change. They will never change their opinion, and forever you will be bad for them, even after doing a lot of good things for them. Since number 2 are very moody, you pick your time accurately and make sure you're talking to them when they are in a good mood. Whenever they are in a good mood, you talk to them, things will happen. But if you are talking to them when they are in a bad mood, you will be surely into the bad books. Also, whenever you are talking to them, make sure what you're talking, and you just make sure your interaction is to the limits only. and only way you can win them is by doing your work in a very perfect way. People born on 3rd, 12th, 21st, and 30th fall into the number 3 category. I call them very self obsessed bosses. Number 3 is ruled by Jupiter, so the number 3 people are very knowledged, very respected in the society, and that is the reason they are very self obsessed and very restless. Uh, One thing with the number 3 bosses is like never get into argument with them, and if you disagree with any of their points, be gentle and sober when you are talking to them. Don't get into the argument. This will not go good way. And number 3 people generally will not be ready to accept, and if it is not going in a good way, they will make your life hell in the workplace. So that is the reason, especially with the number 3 people, always follow the mantra, the boss is always right. This is the only way you can win over them. So people who are born on 4th, 13th, 22nd, and 31st, they fall into this number 4. I call them short-tempered boss. The reason being, the number 4 is ruled by Rahu, which is the dragon head, and these guys are very short-tempered. But then, very good or sweet thing about it is like that short-temperedness lives for very short time also. Most of the time when they talk in the short temperedness, they don't mean it, and they don't remember that also, or they don't keep it for themselves for long. So generally number 4 people will be very short tempered, so don't get into the argument with them unless you're sure what you're talking about it. And even if you are getting into the argument and there is a discussion or like something is said, don't take it personally, because number 4 people don't keep the grudges for long. So they just talk, or even if in the temperament they talk, they will forget it easily. So take it lightly, don't take it very personally, and then you will always have a good time with the number 4 people. Other than the short temperedness, number 4 people are very good to be working with. They are not so knowledged, but they are good people to be working with. People who are born on 5th, 14th, 23rd actually fall into the number 5 category. I call them an impulsive boss. Number 5 is mostly ruled by Mercury planet, so the fastest planet on the solar system. So that is the reason the people, number 5 people, will be very impulsive and calculative. So don't get into any argument or anywhere where you are hurting your boss's ego. That will put you into their bad books. If you are into their bad books, you are in trouble in that place. But if you can get into their good books, so you don't have to have any problem there. So only way to get into their good books is like slowly and steadily work hard, and make sure they are you are doing what they are asking, and you are winning their heart gradually, and you will be in their good books. Once you are in their good books, you are all sorted out. You can be like happily be there till he is there with you. People who are born on 6th, 15th, 24th fall into this category of number 6. I call them a perfectionist. The number 6 is generally ruled by Venus, and they are the people who look for perfection in their work. These people are generally micromanagers, where they give maximum importance to the smallest of the smallest thing of the task, or even about any activity. So they are interested in the minute details of each and everything. So only way to win their heart is whatever work you're doing, give maximum concentration and do the best work. Try to not make any silly mistakes, especially the something which is like obvious ones. Avoid those things, and you will be in their good books. People who are born on 7, 16, and 25th fall into the number 7 category. I call them out of box thinker boss. Number 7 is ruled by Ketu, which is a dragon tail. So the Ketu people or the number 7 people are very analytical and very research oriented. So these guys are the one who will always think out of the box. So these guys will be, your bosses will always come out of box thought process altogether, the approach which you would have never ever thought. So, and always these guys will be coming to you to implement all these out of box thought processes which conventionally you might not be in a position to do it. So only way, like having a very good rapport with the number 7 is, if they are asking you to do something and you think that it is not possible, talk to them upfront, make them understand. They are very easy to influence also, so it is not very hard for you to make them understand that something is possible or not, and you are safe. So since number 7 is very sober number, I don't think so bosses will be very aggressive with the number 7. So only thing is, like, you have to make sure you communicate them well in advance. People born on 8, 17 and 26 fall into this number 8. I call them a disciplined boss. So number 8 is ruled by Saturn, and the only thing works for them is a hard work and a discipline. And these guys are very proud about these two characters in them. They are very hardworking, they are very dedicated, and they are very disciplined. So only way you can win over them is by doing hard working and you being very disciplined with them. So this is the only way you can win over them, and then you'll be in their good books. If you are not disciplined or if you are not hardworking, I'm pretty sure you might not be in their team. People who are born on 19, 18 and 27 fall into this number 9 category. I call them an aggressive boss. Generally, this number 9 is very aggressive, very arrogant, very short tempered. So bosses of this kind would also be very aggressive, and most of the time they will be like shouting, and you will be hearing a lot of shouting on their subordinates, a lot of screaming in their offices. So if you are working with a number 9, this you need to face every day. You don't have a choice. One point here you need to make is, like, you never argue with them. Don't get into any argument even if you're right, because you never know when they will turn out from the normal to the short temperedness, when they will get angry, and then the shouting and screaming will start. So the best way to be normal, be cool, and don't get into the argument, and that is the only way you can survive in this number 9 bosses. That was about the people, how bosses behave based on the numerology. There are different people, different characters. You might not be having a same boss forever, so you might be coming across different bosses based on the your change in the job, or the different other parameters. Just remember these things and make sure you are following these things, which will help you to be in a good books of bosses, so that you don't have to struggle in your workplace. So friends, we put a lot of effort here to make these videos come to you. So only way it gives a happiness and pleasure to us is, like, by liking this and sharing it with other friends. Please like my videos, share it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to get a lot of more information. I am trying to increase the frequency of the video so that you don't need to wait for 1 week for new video. Let me see how far I can do about it. Thank you.